What if I told you the US government spent $3 billion to build ships that never sailed, then tried to hide the evidence by burning them, and failed at that too? This is the story of America's biggest maritime disaster, and it's hiding in plain sight, just 40 miles from Washington, D.C. Picture this: nearly 200 ships, wooden skeletons rising from the water like ancient sea monsters, trees growing from their decks, fish swimming through their rotting hulls. This is Mallows Bay, Maryland, the largest ghost fleet in the Western Hemisphere. And how these ships ended up here is absolutely insane. 1917, World War I. German U-boats are annihilating Allied shipping in the Atlantic. Britain is literally starving because supply ships can't get through. President Wilson faces a crisis. How do we get supplies across the Atlantic? The solution seemed brilliant. Build 1,000 wooden cargo ships in 2 years. Use wood instead of steel because steel was needed for weapons. Congress approved nearly $3 billion in today's money. Shipyards sprang up overnight across America. Thousands hired, forests cleared. It was the most ambitious shipbuilding program in history. But there were problems, massive problems. First, wooden ships were already obsolete. They rot. Marine organisms devour them. Maintenance costs are insane. Second, they used green timber, freshly cut, not dried. Green wood warps, cracks, and rots incredibly fast. Third, fraud everywhere. Billions flowing fast, oversight thin. Contractors inflated invoices. Substandard materials certified as good. Ships rushed through inspections despite obvious defects. Then November 11th, 1918 happened. The war ended. Just like that, 270 completed ships and hundreds more under construction had no purpose. Zero. The ships that did sail, complete disasters. Timber warped catastrophically. Seams opened. Water pouring in. Shipworms devoured hulls. Many barely floated. The government desperately tried selling them. Nobody wanted them. Why buy problematic wooden ships when steel vessels cost less? Hundreds of millions spent. A fleet nobody wanted. They couldn't abandon them. Storage was expensive. Selling was impossible. So they gathered them in a remote spot where they could be hidden from public view. Mallows Bay. Starting in 1919, ships arrived. Engines removed, holds empty, anchored in neat rows, awaiting a future that would never come. By 1922, nearly 200 brand new steamships floated there. Many never carried a single cargo, just sitting, silent, rotting. The government contracted salvage companies to recover something, anything. But recovering lumber proved nearly impossible. The wood was already rotting. So they tried something insane. Burning. Tow ships to shallow water, set them on fire, recover the metal afterward. It created absolute chaos. Fires went out of control. Burning ships broke free and drifted, spreading flames. Smoke visible for miles. Partially burned hulks sank in random positions, creating navigation nightmares. Some salvage companies went bankrupt mid-operation and just walked away, leaving an even bigger mess. By the late 1920s, most ships remained, partially burned, partially dismantled, all rotting into the river. The Great Depression killed remaining salvage attempts. Scrap was worthless. So the ships sat, decade after decade, slowly sinking, slowly rotting. But then something incredible happened. The ships transformed from industrial waste into ecosystems. Rotting hulls created habitats. Fish thrived. Vegetation grew. Algae, plants, shrubs, then actual trees as sediment accumulated. Birds discovered the wrecks, made perfect nesting sites. Eagles, ospreys, herons, using ships as rookeries. Scientists made a shocking discovery. This billion-dollar failure had accidentally created one of the most ecologically productive areas of the entire Potomac River. The disaster became an environmental success, and Mallows Bay wasn't just WWI ships. The bay served as a dumping ground for over a century. Civil War vessels from the 1860s, WW2PT boats, fishing boats, barges, over 100 vessels creating an underwater museum of 200 years of American maritime history. For decades, Mallows Bay existed in limbo, not forgotten, but not valued. Then in 2015, everything changed. Mallows Bay became a national marine sanctuary, only the second in the continental U.S. Today, it's a destination. Kayakers explore on weekends. Historians give tours. Photographers capture the haunting beauty. The experience is genuinely eerie. Wooden ribs rising like prehistoric bones. Some wrecks invisible beneath murky water. Others thrusting 15 feet up, covered in vegetation, looking like floating islands. Trees grow from larger wrecks, roots in accumulated sediment, the line between wreck and nature completely blurred. The largest is USS Potomac, a 223-foot minesweeper, its hull still largely intact, rising prominently, a reminder of the fleet's original scale. The water is murky. You can't see below until you're on top of it. Sudden obstacles everywhere. It's thrilling and unsettling, a hidden world of rotting ships beneath your kayak. The ships are still rotting. Each year, more wood crumbles, more ribs collapse. In another century, many will be completely gone. The spectacle lost forever. But for now, they remain. From a historical perspective, it's a case study in government failure. Well-intentioned crisis response turned into multi-billion-dollar disaster through obsolete technology, inadequate planning, and corruption. From environmental perspective, it's nature repurposing human failure. Industrial waste becoming thriving ecosystem through accident and time. From archaeological perspective, it's irreplaceable. Physical evidence of early 20th century wooden shipbuilding existing almost nowhere else. Despite decades of research, many questions remain. Exact ship count uncertain, many wrecks unidentified, individual stories lost, and perhaps that's appropriate. Ghost fleets should be mysterious. Paddling between wrecks, you witness multiple timelines simultaneously. The river flowing for millennia, the brief failed ambition, the century-long transformation, the present moment. The ghost fleet isn't just about ships, it's about time, memory, failure, transformation, and how history persists. It's a reminder that our greatest mistakes sometimes become our most interesting legacies. A maritime graveyard where the past refuses to stay buried, where nature and history intertwine, where wooden ghosts rise from the water, silent witnesses to a century of change. $3 billion spent, 1,000 ships planned, only 270 completed, none successful. And now, an accidental environmental treasure and historical monument to spectacular failure. All of it hiding just 40 miles from the nation's capital, the ghost fleet of Mallows Bay, America's most beautiful disaster.